welcome to the Champion of Champions here for Gfinity at EGX 2015. My name is Lycan. With me, I have Richard Lewis and Thorn. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
That game, it was looking pretty handy for Fnatic, and then Envyus kind of came back.
Yeah, I mean, they did. And we talked about, the irresistible force of Envyus on those T rounds coming up against the immovable object of Fnatic. Actually, Envyus showed that they are capable of being a bit of an immovable object themselves. I thought the CT side was very good. Conceivably, if we're just being honest, right off the top, I think Envyus could have won that map. I think they're going to be kicking themselves. They had 3 situations that really stood out for me on CT that would have changed the complete, just the complexion of the map. They would have given them the victory. And there was a 2-on-1 against Pronax that they threw away. They ran in, they got the timing off. That shouldn't be happening. Pronax was able to get 2 kills. Then Happy on inner, I think this is when it was like 14-10. Happy missed like a real easy AWP shot on a stationary target from that upper area on B. And then, right at the end, for the 15th round, they're like Fnatic are on a Tech 9 bar. They're kind of trying to force the issue, but also set the economy so they can buy out if need be and maybe not face overtime. Flusher comes and runs to upper, and Happy sprays away with a silenced M4, runs out of bullets, doesn't get the kill, gives them a gun, they go on to win the round. Again, very different complexion if he gets that kill. So Envyus are going to be thinking, we could have conceivably won that on a map that actually we're not that good on, we haven't practiced on, and Fnatic have proven they're capable of picking up wins on. Just on Fnatic's side, got to say, absolutely ridiculous performance from Flusher. I think with that map alone, no matter how the final goes, he's proven himself to be Fnatic's MVP at this tournament.
This was aside from Freiburg in the semi-finals, as
we've established.
So this was actually a game where finally Fnatic were the ones doing more fragging. They were really keeping a pace with the Envyus guys, and obviously early on they were the ones setting the pace that the Envyus guys had to get to. There was so long in the first half where Envyus players weren't even close to double digits. I mean, Envyus was pretty much living that Oscar the Grouch life, mate, just permanently living in a trash can where, they belong, quite frankly, they're at home. So they did it. What actually turned out to be very, very key was when the Envyus guys got their second round. I think it was around like 11 rounds for Fnatic or something, and then the Envyus guys got their second round, because that allowed them to at least put together something to where it was a little bit of a sweat for Fnatic at the end. Like, you saw it took some really close rounds towards the end to be able to win it. In fact, this is the round here where they take outside and 10-2. If that goes up 11-2 and they have money to buy, game's almost over at that point in time. And there was a crazy round later on where Pronax won that 1v2 when he was outside. I mean, some of it's a bit strange. Like, for example, I'm not really sure why the opponent, I forget who it was, went up a ladder and allowed him to basically get a free shot off onto him. But yeah, it was quite crazy in general. I mean, this is it here. This is it. It's why this first guy goes up here. Because what's weird is you'd think from the comms, he knows he can't be up at the top right, which is where you'd usually go up to look there. So a bit unusual.
What's his terrible timing? That was sort of reminiscent of the famous rain clutch, on train against Virtus Pro. Just the timing's off. And if you end up doing 2 individual faces, you basically get putting it down to 2 50-50s rather than making it, in your favor.
The thing is, logically, if you see everyone's POV, they're both trying to rush him. So, okay, it's no problem. We're going to come in either side. But you can see, because he's moved around, he's actually kind of like locked the other guy off. I think it was Kenny S who was coming along the other train. So he allows himself to get in a 1v2. And obviously, in theory, as we saw on the last map, Pronax is the worst player in their team. He's the least skilled. But when your captain can win a 1v2 like that, we saw him win some rounds yesterday like this as well.
He had some ridiculous moments on train.
The clutches are all going over to Fnatic, it seems.
Exactly. And Pronax has had a bunch of clutches. He was absent on Mirage. He came out fighting on this map. But as I said, talking about fighting, Envyus did battle back. I thought for a moment they were just going to do the unthinkable. I honestly believe they should have at least gone to overtime. There were a number of moments that just seemed to be like, this is Envyus' round to lose, and they did lose those rounds. It wasn't even clutch play. They made some key mistakes at key times. I don't think it's going to keep Envyus up at night.
It'd be one thing if they were really good on the map and they make uncharacteristic mistakes. You can see that it's not a map they play.
No.
Terra's side, they had nothing. They had no strats whatsoever. I mean, this is one of those times where, because I'm not really kicking a guy who's down. Envyus are up 2 maps, still they have a very good chance to win the series. That's one of those times where I would make a joke like, and Happy's tactics didn't quite have all the wrinkles figured out. He's like, listen, Apex, I told you, go outside and headshot 3 people. What don't you understand about that part? Like, you're going out there, you put the crosshair in him, and you're not headshotting him. Like, remember, we went over this in practice, but That's the point. They had no terrorist tactics, you could see. They very much were just trying to force outside.
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's like I said just before we went into the map, I don't even think it's that they don't necessarily have the tactics. It's just that I think the way they play can't fundamentally work on this map. They need to come up with something a little bit different and to the usual style. Maybe Train will be a map they can never master, no matter how much work they put into it. Maybe it becomes another veto like Overpass, where Envyus is just going to be like, we've got to rule this out. I think, actually, the style they play could have more joy on Overpass, actually, if they would put the time into that map more so than Train. Just, again, because of the geography and the mechanics of how the map works. But regardless, they've taken 12 rounds against Fnatic. They had a good CT half this side, where actually it was the terrorists that was a little bit lacking. There's plenty of positives to take from that map. But as I said, you've got to spend a bit of time just talking about Flusher. I thought Flusher was absolutely ridiculous, this map. I mean, as I said, I think overall for this tournament, and he never gets the props, and we all know why, but Flusher was definitely, pound for pound, he's been the best player for Fnatic, I think, overall at this tournament.
I think that...
he certainly had maps where he just carried them.
Yeah.
I think that Envyus made a really good showing. We were expecting a Fnatic shutout, and we didn't get that. I think they could have won, especially if they hadn't made the mistakes you were highlighting a little bit ago. They could have brought it at least to overtime. But now we're getting ready to go into Inferno. We're two games.
This is where it gets interesting. This is where it really gets interesting, right? I'll tell you why, right? Okay, so Inferno, again, we brought this up a number of times. Obviously, Duncan talks to Happy a lot. He has this weird relationship with Happy, dare I say. Is it like, would you describe it as father and son, or?
If I was the father,
yeah,
and
obviously.
I'm like, this is son.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right. Okay, like that, right? I thought
okay.
So
you've been a bit naughty.
Yeah, so
now come over my knee.
They do. Let's not do that. So anyway, they talk to each other, right? And obviously they're pretty friendly. But like Duncan's been critical of sometimes his sort of style of leadership, and I don't think always his perceptions of how things are align with how things are. Now he's said to Duncan in the past, Inferno, I think it's our best map. And actually, there was at times the statistics didn't bear that out at all. But that's what he believed. So they're going in on this map now against the team that we said statistically 70% plus, probably even closer to 80 win rate. So this is where the series gets interesting. Is Envyus's perception about where they are as a team, does it align with the reality? So I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. This is going to be like Cobblestone. This is going to be another ridiculous game. Counter-Strike at the highest level. Two teams that have absolute mastery of this map, that are both in form. And obviously, of course, Fnatic need to win this or they lose. So
both of these teams, the last few months, absolute masters of this map. Both 80+% win rates, which is extremely rare. Even teams on their best map usually aren't approaching 80%. 75% is a very good win rate to have. So if both are 80%, you know they're incredible on this map. The problem I see for Fnatic is, I think this can definitely be one of their strongest maps, but I actually get the feeling like it was a bit deceptive on Train in terms of the fragging, because I think part of the fragging came from the fact that you could tell the Envyus guys weren't accustomed to that map. They don't have the basic routine of team play down. They're not knowing, like for example, there's a great example of it. Okay, when Fnatic was on T side, Olafmeister pushed up the alley area, and he was just waiting in that little cubby where normally you're waiting to see if a guy peeks right or left, and the guy on his left is just waiting for him, and they had a crossfire actually waiting for him. And the guy who was in the right side of the crossfire, he actually goes up a train here to this tiny crack where Olafmeister just gets a free kill on him in behind. Now what's happened there is the comms between the guy on the right and the guy on the left for Envyus are non-existent there. He's not even telling him like, oh, I'm not checking this spot. So he's thinking, oh, well, I can go up here, I'm safe at this point. And so in a scenario where they had literally a crossfire, so if Olafmeister goes out, it's almost certain he will die. Minimum a trade kill, if not just killed outright by two people. Instead, they managed to get into a situation where they gave a free kill completely to the same player and then allowed him to take a 1v1. So you can see how that's where you don't have even the basic routine of like, if I do this, you're supposed to do this. If I'm looking here, that means you're looking there. They didn't have those basics down. So I think that made the fragging for Fnatic. It evened up the disparity of other maps. Now, I'm more concerned on Inferno because so far the way the series has been going, even with how it ended up on Train there, the guys from Envyus are just man for man playing at a higher level at the moment.
Agreed.
All of them, it's very rare that any of them's having problems on any of these maps, whereas Fnatic players, yeah, they've done the same thing they've done throughout the tournament. One takes turns on this map, the other one has a turn on this map, the other one has a turn on this map. There's not really one player who's on it every single time, unlike Taz in that great Gfinity advert I've seen too many times. So what I'm looking for in this one is, if Fnatic is going to win it, I think it's going to be they have to raise the level of fragging. Because they're not going to get that same advantage on Inferno.
And here's the thing that's good. Fnatic are now going to be terrified about, right? We saw Envyus put out a ridiculous, like a godlike T-side on Inferno against Virtus Pro. And Apex, 18 kills after 10 rounds. I believe if Anders were here, he'd be screaming, are you kidding me? Because that is a ridiculous level of performance from Apex. So Fnatic are going to know, like, they're coming for them. They're going to come out aggressive. Like, even if you get the CT side, Envyus might be even happy with that because, you know, they just put together a ridiculous run. And if Apex can play today like he did yesterday, Fnatic are going to have a real handful, no matter how good they are on this map.
Duncan, do you think that where we are right now in the series, do you think that we're likely to see Envyus come out on top next game?
I don't know about likely. I think at the moment, the way the games have been going, I'd give them the edge on this map. Like I'd say, they're like a 55 to 45 favorite. I think this is going to be very close. I think it's going to be a really good map. But here's the thing. If Fnatic can survive this map, if they can get it to 5 maps, that's where the psychological component reverses and goes back on Envyus. Because it's like we were blowing them out all the time. We were always at them. We were always leading. We were playing so well, and somehow we've arrived at a 5th map. That's where it'll get very interesting. So I think if you're the Fnatic guys at this point in time, the way the series has been going, there's no reason to feel ashamed or whatever. Like, oh, we're getting beat up. They're playing incredible CS on the other side of the server. You've done everything you can. You haven't played badly or anything. So I think for Fnatic, again, it's like I've said before, the key thing about them is they can always get to the deep water. They can always survive long enough to figure things out. Because remember, if you get to the 5th map, you only have to figure it out for 1 map at that point in time. Yeah. You don't even have to have those blowout performances that Envyus had on the 2nd map. You just have to survive, and hey, you win the last one close. They go home with the story, oh, we were so close, we were beating them up. Who cares? At the end of the day, you just have to know how to win, which is what Fnatic knows. At the moment, I'm feeling like Envyus probably can take this map just by a little bit, just from the way it's been going. But this is a case of where I never put anything past Fnatic. I think they're very capable of still somehow stealing this map and going to a 5th one.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you talk about you know, it's not the dog in the fight; it's the fight in the dog, right? Like Fnatic.
DMX, yeah.
Exactly, mate. I'm going to get into the DMX Bible again. Okay. The point is that Fnatic, they do play really well from behind. Actually, people forget this. They've had
doggy style.
They've had series wins where they've had to come back, like battle back from the dead. Why do you think we've been talking all the time about how we've gone from the Nip Magic era to the Fnatic Miracle era? They've really been in some spots where you're just like, there's no way. There's no way. And you know, you can't rule them out even at this stage. That said, I am inclined to give the edge to Envyus. I think that their T side is what's going to win it for them. I don't think at this stage Fnatic can stop the sort of Envyus juggernaut on the T side.
There's also one other little matchup I think that's going to be like a game within a game to watch, which is historically one of the reasons why Titan, Kenny S's old team, used to always be able to compete with Fnatic and actually beat them in a surprising number of upset best-of-3 series. So think about that. Titan was a much less skilled, much less accomplished and decorated and talented team even than Envyus was. Envyus could never beat Fnatic in best-of-3s. Titan was beating them and was beating them on maps. One of the reasons why was Inferno, because on Inferno, one of the matchups was Kenny S, when he opted on this map, used to always be able to get in the head of JW, because the standard spots JW goes to do those crazy peaks, which normally, almost the recklessness of it is what makes it work against the opponent, because they think no one would have the balls to push us here when we're waiting and we're all set up, you know, and he would do that. Problem is, the guy waiting for him would be Kenny S. And Kenny S even said in an interview recently, he doesn't feel that confident in his AWPing himself. But then when he was talking about JW, he was like, that's my favorite AWPer to go against, because I always knew where he'd be on the map. Yeah. So the idea is, whenever they played in the past, either early on, JW would try a few AWP battles and he'd lose them to Kenny S, or more importantly, what tended to happen after that, after he'd lost the initial ones, was he'd just stop AWPing altogether. He just wouldn't buy that weapon anymore. He'd go to a straight rifle style. And at least back then, in the earlier Fnatic days of this lineup, JW wasn't that effective. You just put him straight onto a rifle. So it just made their CT side less effective, and that's what had been so strong before.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. We're going to get ready to get into the game. Take it away, Henry G, Toby 1.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're back here for Game 4. Map 4, I should say.
Yes, you should.
Map 4 for our CSGO Grand Final. Envyus up against Fnatic. I'm interested to see what happens here on map 4, primarily because I kind of feel like Train is something that Envyus would have looked at and said, you know what, we don't really have this map down pat. We're not prepared for this one. We still think we're playing better as individuals.
Sure.
Let's just have a new map.
Obviously, Inferno, this could be the end of it. This is where Envyus, definitely very strong, but Fnatic, famously, this is their best map as well. They could do some huge damage on this going into this one. So I don't really know how to call it. Definitely the CT advantage is going to help out, but both teams seem to have found their form right now. Fnatic off the back of that great CT performance on D-Train. They seem like they finally arrived. They did a little bit lackluster the first two maps, but that was much more convincing from them.
Yeah, that it was. And let's see if they can take it into this next map. But as I always just call him God now.
Yeah.
After Voice of God yesterday.
Yeah.
But as the panel was saying,
Yes.
if you do get yourself into the fifth map now, like if Fnatic now kick back on Inferno and they pushed it into the fifth map, that confidence of like, we are just playing better than Fnatic right now is going to start to drip out the window. So it almost just levels up cash for me when we reach that, if we reach that, of course.
You used when?
I did say when,
So
because
maybe.
I have that feeling it could happen. It's like, then again, I also thought the feeling was that it was going to be a 3-0. So my feelings are wrong.
Well, we'll see how the scoring goes down. Looks like the players are just getting ready there. I'm not sure whether NBK did go to the toilet. It seemed to be speculation he needed to go at the last minute just as we were coming to us. So we may be filling for another 20 minutes or so again. Let's see how
Well,
this one
we're
goes
not
down.
Thorin, man. Like, we can't fill for 20 minutes.
But we tried to before.
We did.
To mixed results.
We did. We came close.
Yeah.
We came pretty damn close to it all. Sorry, just look at the camera. I don't know if that was really intentional to switch it over at the time it did. But still, this is Kiyoshima on camera. He's had such a great series, especially like I just want to like flag both of the games they played on Cobble. Like that was terrific work for him on B plat.
Yeah, he seems to be getting entry kills, both maps, Mirage and Colby, who's really, really high fragging potential there. Train, a lot of Envyus were quite quiet. They did have some bouncing back, but the T side was just a little bit lackluster, I guess. They didn't really have that strategy book to fall back to. Some of the rounds they did take the pause, and it seems like they came back with different ideas at least. They kind of came with a new approach. The first round didn't work out, and then they came back with that very fast approach, and it worked out for them. It looks like MBK has gone to the toilet. He only had 15 minutes to go before, so
He did.
why use that time? Wait till we're about to go live.
That's
perfect.
crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know some of the people here had to run themselves outside, run down the toilet. Now they have to wait back in line to get back in because this place is absolutely packed. There is, well, there's no standing room because of fire safety, but there's no seating room at least. Every seat is filled here.
Yep, we have got a packed crowd eagerly awaiting. You can see them all waving there.
Hi, Mum.
Everyone hyped.
I
ready to
promised
go.
I was doing homework today.
Well, at least it's the final that's definitely producing some decent results so far.
Yeah.
With Fnatic, we are hoping they would bounce back just because we wanted this one to go all the way.
Yeah, we
get back.
want to see more games more than anything else.
Well, we
'cause
only
it was,
have one to watch today, right? We only have one series. So
Yeah.
yesterday we were blessed with two. We got all 10 maps there.
What, 10 maps yesterday wasn't enough for you?
Well, this is it. But compared to yesterday, you always want finals day to be better than the first. So
Yeah.
that's why we want to see it go and at least equal that level of hype we had there. Towards the end of it, we really did have a great series of CS there. But hopefully we'll be able to get into this one ASAP. We can stop us talking and obviously filling for time.
It would be wonderful. Let's actually just talk about Inferno because
Okay.
it's a map which we've seen a little bit of already throughout this tournament.
Yep.
And the one main part of it, which I want to focus on, is banana control.
Sure.
Like the ability to aggressively push down hasn't really seemed to be there for this tournament.
It's difficult now, like especially now the Silence M4 isn't as prevalent as it was before. That was a huge factor for it. So when you were pushing down as the CT team, you had the smoke going down in front of the T steps, and that was a huge choke point. It meant you had the ability to spam through that smoke, and it meant you could actually get some high damage off there if you did read through the T side.
Yep.
But now the other M4, the traces are a lot more harder to deal with. The T side can see your bullets going through those smokes, and I think that's pretty much why we're not seeing so much of that really aggressive CT side push down banana. Fnatic do that a lot, famously, but we'll be yet to be seen how they've adapted to this new patch and whether they still will be going quite far down. It's definitely one of the heaviest areas of contention here. We saw Envyus versus VP here. VP actually getting up into that banana area almost every single time. It became the point of they were getting up without actually using utility whatsoever. They got to the very top, gained control, which allowed them to then start dissecting other parts of the map, knowing the CTs didn't have information to rotate off banana. So that could be a big factor here.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too. And you're right, like with the now the traces on the M4, maybe that's when you have to commit more heavily. Like, is that when you start seeing like P90s or maybe the Mag 10s? That like, I know.
I wouldn't say no. It's fine. I understand.
Not a silver comment. That's just a DMG comment.
You're fine. These teams like to use the cheesier guns. Like the P90 can be extremely effective. We've seen Get Right trying to use it a lot this tournament as well. If you can utilize it in the right situation, it's cheaper.
It's the spray through the smoke to keep him back. So like,
and you have 50 bullets. You have the running spray potential to hold off Tech 9s, for example.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like. Oh, I thought they were going straight to the game though. But yeah, those kind of guns, especially like what more needs to be said. You've seen Flusher and JW do some amazing work on the Mag 7, for example.
Yeah.
These are guns that are coming more into the meta now, with these top teams actually showing how beneficial they can be in some sort of situations. That's the thing. It's such a situational weapon. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to hold it off. I like this weapon, so I'm going to use it in this angle. It has to be down to who you're playing against, how you know to play, whether it's going to work out in that particular place you're playing. But I think we may be getting into this one. You can see the lovely flyover of the Inferno on your screen right now. I'm sure it's a map you're all very familiar with. Famous for its CT bias, of course, one of the maps a lot of people calling out to be slightly broken in some instances, but I don't think it's going to be the case in this sort of caliber of play. We know the teams know these maps very well. They should be able to dissect the CT setups, and now we will be going in to the knife round. This one's going to matter a lot. As I just mentioned, CT bias map, you definitely want to start CT on Inferno, gather that momentum up that makes yourself in a very extremely advantageous position, but sometimes the pistol wasn't enough. We've seen the second round buys come in pretty much every single time throughout the 3 maps we've seen so far.
Yep.
So imagine we're going to see a lot more of that. So here we go. Knife round coming in.
Let's get into it, man. As you said, we'll find out who's going to go on it. Personally, I love Inferno just as a... It's just an overall map. There's so many different angles you can get. Like, you can have AWP battles, you can have close-in battles, you can have these big little like explosions when you have these choke points. It's like we're looking at right now as everyone just sits in top middle. And it's like Fnatic just want to back it up a little bit more. And BK trying to bait them forward.
Yeah, the main objective for the T's in this map is pushing CTs back, taking information away from them, and then you take your execution from that point onwards. So if you can get Banana Cold, push them back so they don't have information source going on, you then can go back to middle with leaving one player there, and then you can start pushing off to what's going on here? Why are they just throwing missiles at each other?
I don't know, but I'm also laughing at the fact that MBK's
actually... a serious point here.
MBK's actually had taken 2 points of damage from the decoys.
Really?
Yeah, before it started. It's not going to make that much of a difference as Envyus is going to very cleanly take out the knife round. And that is going to go the way of Envyus. So they will remain on CTs. Very quick from Apex, just saying, you know what, stay.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great position for Envyus to be in. They're currently 2-1 up. One more map will give them the champion of champions status here at Gfinity EGX 2015. So it looks like we will be going straight into... Oh, no, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Toilets again. You've got to be kidding me.
Give that man a bottle. Give that man a bottle.
Good Lord. Just as we're trying to build up the hype there, I'm setting the scene and seeing what's going on.
Man, that's got to give you the sugars. The sugars.
Well, here we go. So, having a little team talk. So
okay.
We're going to be working out. Obviously, this is a lot on the line in the situation.
That's
You
fine.
want to make sure you go in with your right strategies, the right approach, and make sure that no mistakes are made. So, definitely a good idea to have a little huddle before. There is the huddle. So, I'll be working out how they're going to approach this map in terms of what they think is going to happen in the pistol rounds, whether they can handle this, what they're going to do in their sort of an aggressive approach. Normally on Counter-Strike, you have the CT pistol rounds, you play a lot more dynamically based on the team you're going to be playing against, knowing the mentality they normally have. You don't normally have like a run X pistol strat. We're going to say, right, we know they do this, let's try running this, let's try and get 3 players pushed down Banana, let's go for that initial bit of intelligence, and then we'll fall back and try and retake from there.
Yeah.
It's definitely viable for T sides to just Glock, armor up, go in up to middle or maybe rush Banana just to try and get that thing we've seen throughout this tournament really is stay together, go for that initial kill, and then you can get the bomb down in that situation, and then you kind of force, if you don't win the round, you've definitely got bomb down guaranteed, which sets you up for AKs in the third rounds, or you can actually definitely have a very solid chance of winning the round. So this pistol round, especially in grand finals, this is where you see really interesting plays coming in, and maybe we'll see something a little bit special. I
just love the fact too that Envyus are like they're so serious about this. This must mean so much to them to make sure they can drop down Fnatic, like taking the prize, taking the championship. Like that's fantastic, but also being able to topple down Fnatic in a full best of 5 here in a grand final. That's what it's all about for them. It's going to mean so much, and they just take the time to make sure everything is together, everything is right. They come forward, and they just execute cleanly the CT side. Because if they can do that, if they can show what they've done in the previous maps, Fnatic is going to have a real hard time getting onto bomb sites. Yeah. A real hard time.
Well, Let's see how this goes down. We've seen Envyus be so formidable on their T side on this map. They're going to be starting on the CT side this time. They definitely like to keep running that 4-man setup on this one. That's really scary to hold. We saw DreamHack London against TSM and Easy Skins. They were pushing very aggressively and getting themselves into key areas of the map with no problem whatsoever. But finally, we go into the pistol round on the 4th map here. It's going to be Envyus starting on the CT side, Fnatic on T, as we go into the Gfinity Champion of Champions Grand Final.
Yep, let's get it underway, man, as our match is starting up. So Envyus, the critical pistol round. I love the dualies up for MBK. Ever since they got reworked, he seems to be picking them up more and more as the pistol round is underway. Apex, very early push to try and get some instant information. He actually gets the kill. So Olaf already down for the count.
So that's the aggressive play. They've got that information. They've taken out a player, and now they can go much more passively. That's so key from Apex. It's a really ballsy move to even go down there by yourself. He had no backup, but he took the chance and made the headshot now. You can see the T's making their way towards Banana, and this is going to be quite a fast execution, seeing as they're all gathered up there. They have got a smoke for CT spawn and a Molotov to flush out the barrels as well.
I haven't seen that Molotov being thrown just yet. The smoke is down. JW forced out. And they're actually just pushing in. Flusher, he did so much work previously, but Happy able to find that first kill before he's brought down by Crims. But Apex, a very quick rotation over there, actually walking through the smoke. Apex wins the duel here on JW, but Pronax, such a great position from him, putting into a 2-on-2. Now tries to win this battle up against Apex. He can't finish the job. Apex with just more bullets. And Crims, the man up. He hasn't got the bomb down, however. And Apex has got a great run already, taking out 3 of these Fnatic aggressors.
So Crims has got the bomb. He's on the site. With the 2 players now on the CT side.
Is he trying to bait him to think that he's run over towards A?
He is as well. That actually might
work. It's working. They're moving. Timing. The plan can come down now. They think it's an A.
Yeah,
they actually think it's an A. Envyus are running to A. They think he actually played the dummy where they ran up. They're going to reach the A site and go, wait.
Still going.
Where's the tick sound?
Oh,
why don't I hear the tick sound? Where's the bomb? Oh, Hannah is back on B.
I bet Crims can't believe his luck in this situation. What's happened? But here we go, the retake coming in. They've got to act really fast. Now Crims now in a great position to take this down. He starts shooting. They're not able to find the kill. They have got a kit, and it should be enough time here, but that came down very close. I think Crims, unfortunately for him, I don't think he realised what an advantageous position he was in. Had he got to the back right of the bomb site and just delayed them for as long as possible, just kept ducking and weaving, that could have been a lot more viable for him.
But how would he ever know that? Like,
that's the thing.
Like he wouldn't be able to hear the CTs running from back at the CT spawn.
When you kind of realise you've got like 10 seconds, they still haven't arrived here. What's going on?
Something is off. Are they waiting for me to peek them?
Even if he got towards Banana, just to stay alive and delay that. But they get in there in the nick of time, and Envyus take the first round, but just about there. Could have gone horribly wrong for them, but Fnatic for now, for once, not force buying into this, because they get the bomb down, they're going to go for AK's next round. So this puts the CTs on a lot of pressure, actually. You can see they've got 2 SMGs here. They want to make sure they win this round very cleanly. Don't want to drop down any of these rifles at all. There's going to be PT-50, Desert Eagles, purchased for Fnatic, but making their way up to Banana once again. They have to make sure they try and get this first pick with the Desert Eagle, but Happy's going to be waiting for them.
Yeah, Happy hasn't moved off yet. Pronax is trying to make a little bit of noise at the top. He just starts spraying through the smoke. A lot of damage done, but no actual kills. And then the hit from Olaf. He brings down MBK. And now it is the French who are in trouble, having to retake their site. They've given away 2 SMGs, and Envyus aren't taking a part of it. They don't want to lose any more. There's Famishes and M4s up for grabs, as well as armor. They want to hold on to it. They'll let Fnatic have the round.
So Happy went for the full-on crouch spray through the smoke there. I don't think he anticipated Olaf just running through and just wiping him out. Olaf comes in, double PT-50 kill. It looks like this could get worse for Envyus. KNS isolated towards the APC and CT spawn, and it looks like Fnatic just going to try and save their Desert Eagles and pistols there. But what a round that is to win. Happy caught for the full spray down, a little bit sloppy, unable to fall back, and he kind of gives that one away, and they don't even try to do the retake there. And you can see that 1-1 comes in, but they have saved 3 of the rifles, so they're not out of this just yet. They can still fight into this round. You would assume they're going to fully force into it. Drop the pistols for MBK, perhaps.
And Olaf's movements were so good then. So good.
This is a huge round now.
He did that as well for Fnatic previously, really keeping them inside, like maps like Cobble, for example, when he had that execution into B. That gave me flashbacks to it right then. Just the quick pops. They move in, you take the site, and you take the round. Apex so aggressive with that M4. Straight out through Palmer's, catching out JW, moving aggressively up mid.
They just didn't see that coming at all. That's what I'm talking about, these grand final plays. You do things that are unorthodox. Catch Fnatic completely off guard there. He had to do something. They didn't have the arsenal to go toe-to-toe with Fnatic right now, and now he takes it to the 5-on-4 situation. Fnatic just working out what the hell just happened then. How he got that first shot is an entry frag on the T side normally, but what a frag that was to get them back into this round. As we go now to the 1 minute mark, T side making their way towards middle. Much more passive setup from the CTs.
And KennyS again. He managed to get one of the extra frags on Fnatic in the last round for doing such a thing, and now gets a lot of vision. 3 players moving on to that A side. There's still a couple of nades remaining. It's just flashes and smokes here for Envyus, and now one Zeus. But they're actually running elsewhere. Happy. He's going to scout them going. One hit. He actually gets 2 bullets in, but can't kill off Crims. But the flash is up from MBK and blinds him up. He finishes the job on Crims. The 4 KennyS is brought down by Pronax, holding back the rest of the rotation from the CTs. But they had to move into the site, so Pronax already very, very low. It's a 3-on-3. A decent situation for Envyus, but they need these initial kills as they come in. Apex losing his life, pushing up through Banana. And Envyus, okay, they just lost Keo as well. Try and save the M4. Happy taking a little bit of chip damage from this. Does find Pronax as he shoots through the smoke, revealing his position. This will be another round going the way of Fnatic as they get their plant down on B.
Yep, he absolutely has to save in this situation. So it started off so well, Apex getting that first frag, but Fnatic made their way towards the B bomb site, and they kind of split it between CT spawn as well. They kind of pinched that site. MBK managing to get the flash off towards CT spawn, takes down one of the low HP players, but only armed with the 5-7, gets taken down at that stage, and then it's a 3-on-3. Bomb goes down on the B site, and then the key thing about that was Fnatic still had 2 smoke grenades remaining. Chucked one in spawn, chucked one to Banana, and actually locked out the CTs from retaking whatsoever. They're getting absolutely pummeled through the smoke, and they had no choice but to save that after losing 2 kills through that smoke. So, now then, Envyus should be on pretty much a fluke here. They did save a gun of Happy on the M4A4, but Fnatic now can probably go a little bit slower, get that Banana control once again, and then will utilize the AK advantage they have right now.
It definitely helps too, and Fnatic have so much money to throw out things like Molotovs to clean out sandbags. KennyS, the peak was having a crack at him, and actually drops down very low. 2 very quick follow-up nades there from Fnatic. But somehow KennyS survives on 3 HP. So just stable it up now. Where are the T's looking to come? So they will be pushing up through mid. They smoke out on apartment side so they can move over towards the archers. And that is actually where Envyus' defense is the thinnest.
This is perfect for Fnatic. They know they've got some positional control of middle, and staying in this 4-man unit means even if anyone dies to a chance kill here, they can get the refrag here. So one goes down, and there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. JW's there straight away to get that frag back onto Happy, and they've locked down that weapon as well. 4-on-4 definitely favors them, considering the guns they have, and now you can see them making their way to the B bomb site. You've got Flusher here, just holding them off, sending them Bananas clear, but Apex, though, snake in the grass, he comes in the back, yeah.
Flusher can hear him, takes out Apex's head. And, well, MBK does manage to bring down JW, but it's... oh, wow, okay, Keo, that's a thing. Tries to go for another one, but Olaf too strong. And KennyS with 3 life still. He does not want to be part of this. He'll save the AK, and once again, we find ourselves in this position. Fnatic get themselves into B side, get that plant down after the initial engagements, and they will take the round. Now 3-1 on their T side.
So KennyS, the last remaining man. I assume he saved the rivalry situation. He's gone all the way to T-spawn. Let's have a look what he's currently up to, but Olaf Meister and Crims leading the charge there, 5 and 3 frags respectively. Same goes for Apex and Happy, they're on 5 and 3 as well. And KennyS saving that AK-47, that's going to be valuable considering the money right now. Should get a decent buy, but this will only help them kind of maintain that level. It even means KennyS could drop that if needed. Let's see how they approach this one. JW picking up the AWP now. Olaf Meister, very healthy bank of cash as well, but Fnatic definitely getting themselves in favourable terms at least, getting 3-1 on the T side. We expected Envyus to run away with this one starting the CT side, but now this is where things get serious for them. They need to start finding some rounds on the board before Fnatic grind their economy down.
Envyus just, like, even with that early frag, like the quick push through apartments to catch out JW running up mid, you'd think then, okay, it's going to work, but it seems like Fnatic just have this little bit of rotation play down pat.
Yeah.
Like they either get down through archers, they move over to B, they find their way up through A, but then get back over to B again. Like they're making Envyus move in the perfect ways. It just opens up the bomb sites for them. Yeah, they go for the trade-offs, but again, as you said, like you get that instant rebuttal kill, so you still find the hole in the defense.
And now that it's trying to gain control, they've got apartments, they've got Banana. Fnatic are in a great position now. It's a very passive hold from the CTs here. It means the execution coming in for Fnatic can be absolutely flawless because they haven't had to expel any of their actual utilities to get into these advantageous positions. Let's see how this one works out for them, as they are going to decide back towards the B bomb site. And you can see there's just going to be one player in terms of NBK holding it up. We've got Happy towards spawn, just trying to work out what his role is going to be in this round. That smoke coming in is going to be vital from NBK. We're going to delay the terrorists. Bit of time here as they make their way back to middle now. That's actually really clever from MBK. Perfect timing from him.
And there's the rotation. Envyus now pulling 3 players over to B. Only the 2 left on A and Fnatic. In they come. Olaf got to look for these instant kills. And Apex actually finding both Pronax as well as Crims. Olaf still not down inside the pit. He's going to try and smoke up so he can get out of here. Keo still down there. As Olaf looks over the top of the smoke, he's not going to really find anything. Now he will. Finally gets the vision over on Keo as JW gets the plant down. But there's 2-on-1 and JW's on site with the orb. This isn't really the dream situation for him. And that's why Olaf tried to rotate around through apartments into mid. But there's just not enough to work with now. He's lost JW. He's given the orb back over, and Apex, a huge round for him. That's a 3 for stopping that initial attack from Fnatic.
Yep, really nice display of how you use smoke grenades in CSGO. That's absolutely perfect. We saw Nathan knocking out the smoke on towards Banana there at the perfect time. About 35 seconds left on the clock. It gave the Ts no choice but to rotate back to middle. And you can see the passive setup from the CTs. They actually had smoke grenades of themselves to drop down towards the quad area, forcing the Ts to run through that. Apex jump ups on the truck, gets a nice little 2-man spray down, and really nice crossfire setups as well. So it's much better from Envyus. As we go into round number 6 now, obviously Fnatic will have a bye here, but we have Pronax just on the CZ. Going for that Banana control once again. You can see no one really going for that aggressive play on CT down towards the Banana area. Actually just be allowing them to have it and trying to base their play off that. It's quite interesting to see how we mentioned this before, without the silence M4s. Maybe there's a lot of teams not finding this as viable anymore.
But it's causing the problem where Envyus aren't 100% certain where Fnatic are moving. That's why these rotations are hurting them so much, because they're not getting enough information early on.
Well, let's see now. So they definitely have the advantage with Kenny S on the AWP. He's going to be holding Arch by himself, one of his stronger positions. And you've got the 2 players towards the quad side. It's going to be Kiyoshima and Apex as well.
Here comes Pronax. Starts with a flash, walks around the corner, starts to spray out the CZ. But Envyus are in a pretty decent position. The Molotov's making sure that no one can come through apartments. They can keep their eyes nice and close on that mid connector. I don't know if the feet were heard moving back, but there's still the Envyus defense of 2 players at the top of Banana. Well, the Fnatic decoy push is about to come out to A. It's going to get shut down pretty quickly if they're not careful. And there's actually the 3rd man already rotating now for Envyus. This time, they call it right. The Molotov comes down. JW, he's blinded up and actually burning at the same time. And there goes the kill. Happy just walks straight through it. And the smoke cover, there's no way they can see through. Fnatic try and enter. And now it's up to Olaf to try and gain control of this A side. You've still got Keo, but he goes down to Crims. You might have lost Olaf at the same time. And Kenny S doing the work all the way from the library. This man be educated. Goes for the Molotov burnout as well. Don't know if that was fully successful. Nope, it's only burning the roof. And right now, Envyus, Pronax, the last man left alive, had to switch around, couldn't do it in time, and that is going to be a retake in from Envyus, and they level the rounds up at 3 apiece.
So Happy doing his trademark flashbang through CD spawn, through the smoke, coming through, causing absolute carnage on the B side, takes 1 player down, forces him to go back towards middle, and that's where Kenny S came into his own, locking down 2 orb kills there, and yeah, like you said, the Molotov not landing perfectly on the side, but it could have gone through that little gap, but didn't actually happen for him, but they win the round pretty successfully, and they break the economy of Fnatic. Even when they get the bomb down there, they're only going to have about $2,500 average across the team, so this is a chance now for Envyus to actually build their own sort of momentum here and see what they can do with this. Kenny S going for the more audacious push now. He has been playing pretty passively so far, but Fnatic are going to be heading over towards the Banana side. They haven't got any smoke grenades here, just flashbangs. But Happy gave his kill away last time, if you remember, through that spray down, committing to it, and that's when Olaf Meister came in with the P250.
This time, though, he's got a little bit more of a powerful weapon. It's the AK in hand. And we'll be able to find the kills a lot quicker. But you are right. He doesn't want to take the risk. He's just backing up a little bit further. There comes the smoke in from the A side. Smoking up that top of Banana. And Olaf, this is the position he enjoys to play. When Fnatic are committing over towards B, he rushes up through second mid so we can try and get the pick over on the AWPer. Kenny S actually going to go for the Molotov and keeping Olaf back. I think he knows he's pushed up.
Yeah, he is.
But at the same time, Olaf just has a lot of patience. Now Kenny is actually running himself away because the push is coming. He wants to fall back. Happy, there goes your flashes. The AK, he finds 1, he finds 2. Still another 12 bullets left inside the clip. There's the 3rd. Only 1 bullet left, and he will back out. It's Crims who's the last man left alive over on Banana, and Olaf, in fact, there goes Crims. Olaf is now the sole survivor of the Fnatic team on the A side, but the bomb is down on the B side, and KNES wraps it up. That is a 3 for Happy, and the 4th round now for Envyus. They're getting a lot of rounds back-to-back now.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that in the bankroll as well. You can see there, Happy on 8K. He's playing really well towards that B side now. He has kind of found his own. And this was Olaf. I was really scared for Kenny at this point. I thought, okay, there's a chance here they could actually find the kill and open up the round, but Happy holds his own, playing that CT spawn position so well, and they get to a little 3K there to secure the round. And now we can see 5 AK buy coming in from Fnatic. They've got a decent amount of utility as well, so not going to be committing towards the B site just yet. Just Flusher working his way up, gathering intel, working out what is an aggressive play coming from the CTs. But KNES with that AWP once again, just holding towards Arch as usual.
Patience from Fnatic. KNES throwing another smoke. Yeah, that's just to stop the banana push.
Yeah, it just means they can buy more time towards that area. It means at least another 15 or so seconds they can actually guarantee T's won't be coming into that site. And if they did, they definitely have the advantage there. So it's a great use, and you can see the incendiaries now. What's great about this for Envyus is the money's so good for them, they can use the smokes to hold them off. When the execution actually comes in, you have the incendiaries to separate the T's and do some big damage to them as they try and go into the bomb sites.
Man, a lot of smokes and nades being thrown over to A. Hasn't forced the full rotation yet. They're still waiting. It's Happy who's not 100% certain, so he's staying close enough that when they get some information they can push over, but it's Olaf that drops down, and that means now the floater is down, and they run through the fire, and the Molotov. Do they have enough MBK from the back of the sign? Flusher just going to try and leg him down. The Molotov will come in as well, so he would have been burnt out of there anyway, as KNES goes for the rando shot through the smoke. Can't claim it, but Happy, he gets more vision. Scouting at the fact that Flusher was pushing into the back right of the site. But for now, Fnatic, they do hold the site. The smokes and the flashes were still there for them. They've still got another 3 flashes in their kit, and Flusher up very, very high. He's able to find one with Pronax. So a 2-on-1. There's the kill from Happy. Checking the little tight corners. KNES moving in. He knows one's down in dark. Problem is, he doesn't know the Crims are still over a banana. They get through Flusher, and it's all up to Crims, and, well, the time is out. I don't know if Snack's going to get away in time. I don't think he will, in fact. In fact, it's KNES who ends up dying.
Well, that's a really nice execution from Fnatic there. They get themselves into the site, and unfortunately, the thing for them is they had no utility left to actually hold the CTs off. So what they did was they went for a more aggressive style there, pushing through smokes and making sure they got their headshots there. And it really surprised the CTs as they pushed through there. So managing to get the 4th round on the board, though. Not going to be resetting the cash just yet. KNES rebuying with the AWP.
Yeah, because he ended up dying as he went out. Thanks very much for the snacks in his name.
Oh, you said Snax, didn't you?
Yeah, by
accident. You hate
yourself
yourself now?
Yeah. Yeah, I hate myself so much. Keo. Oh, JW actually ends up killing off Crims before he ends up dying too. Oh, that's not the start. It was Envyus on Train that will find the team frags, and Pronax burning so many bullets on the wrong side, reveals his position. At least Olaf can get some revenge here, but it was a really bad start there from Fnatic. They only have Flusher left, and there's no real more joy to be had on this round. You may take one round, but you're not going to take a second.
Yeah, really convincing round there from Envyus, and the team kill coming in for Fnatic as well, I think. So, although they're doing pretty well right now, they get 4 rounds on the board. Envyus going to take the advantage, going in 5-4. They didn't drop too many frags, just going to be Kiyoshima there. Seems like Fnatic went for a very fast play there, just trying to get up, surprise the CT setup. They know it's been quite passive so far. They're trying to force the issue, getting up middle very quickly there. But it seemed like KNES's AWP ready for them, and he actually... Oh, he didn't actually get the frag. It's actually going to be Apex there with that kind of synergy with the team frag coming in from Fnatic there. But it's going to be 1 man remaining. It's just going to be Flush up, and it will be handled by Happy there. So...
Almost too easy. Yeah. Almost too easy.
They answer straight
back. JW is still going to be kicking himself. They end up shooting his teammate and then got killed instantly after. So there was no making up for it, boys.
Well, that takes JW down to 0 for 8 now. So he's had a pretty... quiet first half here on the Inferno.
That's kind of harsh, man. Yeah. Like when you're 0-9 rounds in.
Well, there we go.
Like he did get 1 legitimate kill.
So KNES now going for the aggressive peek here. He knows the money's probably working in their favor after Fnatic 1-1 and then lost the subsequent round after that. Going for this aggressive banana push once again, gaining control pretty easily.
They really have to get past the smokes and Molotovs though. Like you're up there, but when there's 4 Molotovs from Envyus, they could slow down this push so much. Olaf, however, now he starts making distraction, drags Happy off the side, but MBK doing a lot of work with that M4. He's already managed to pick up 2. Has switched over towards the pistol. Can't get the third, however. Crim's overrunning his position, and they're just going to get the plant down. That's a success in a way right now for Fnatic, as Happy tries to retake the side. Pronax walking into his line of fire, and will give Happy a double. So Pronax and Crim's drop, but the plant still went down for Fnatic.
Yeah, and that's what they really needed from that one. They just wanted to get the bomb down. He got himself a couple of kills as well. Seems like Olofmeister is causing him a little bit of a nuisance towards middle. They seem to get the attention towards Banana, and he's always up there, somehow getting up middle uncontested and getting kills off there. So that's kind of interesting to see how much control they're allowing Fnatic to have, even on their eco rounds. But let's see, actually maybe on a double here. You can see them actually going in with the pistols, Glocks, CZs. Well, then it's going to be the AWP once again for Kenny S. 4 rifles, and happy with that AK-47 as well. Great bankroll for them as well. Going to round number 11 now.
Yeah, they're looking fantastic, but Fnatic, yeah, good luck for your pistols.
Happy actually
Next
showing
round is what counts.
a little bit more aggression here. He hasn't gone to the sandbags area just yet. Going to be waiting to flash over by his teammate perhaps, and then
Still got 3 nades. 3 nades, 1 molly, 1 flash, but they're moving into position. Oh, the flash! It's going to work so well. Happy taking 4 of them at the top of the banana. That's the way to do it. He wants the ace. He runs down. Flusher will end up denying him. But they were trying to save the molly to go for the box and didn't actually think about the sandbags. The team flasher set it up perfectly.
Yeah, that's all it's about. Once he's in that position, he's just waiting for the right cue from his teammate. Over it comes, 4-man spray down, and that is a very secured round indeed. Happy does go down, unfortunately for him, but he did his job indeed. And now we have a nice full healthy buy coming in from Fnatic. 4 rounds on the board currently as well. Be interested to see whether they'll pick up the AWP once again. JW still yet to arrive on this map, but here's a little replay
but
for
Happy
you.
is also 18-1-4, so it's perfectly right. So yeah, let's see that again.
It is easy.
So beautiful.
So now Kenny S going for more aggressive plays. They're going to be facing second mid. It's a shot he loves. And what a fantastic shot that was, taking down one of the most pivotal players on the Fnatic side. Olofmeister gets taken down with a headshot, and that's going to really open this round up for Envyus. Any execution that Fnatic had in mind is going to be a lot harder now. They do contain the banana control though. Flusher going straight up there. He's still smoked out. But Kenny S, what an opening that was. That's so good. That's such a great way to be dynamic and make those opening frags. Tease just didn't expect that whatsoever. It's been a very passive game so far.
Now, Olaf was so close to getting away, but Kenny S getting the shot through the floorboards, just taking him out. And now he's going to flash himself in, going for another shot. But it's going to be Apex, the man that will hold the arch side. Not completely. They've actually lost control of it. He only picked up 1, but Fnatic, they don't push up. JW is looking for a couple more. He wants to try and even up this fight before they go into the A site. And Envyus, they are slowly rotating over. There's Happy, who's back at CT spawn, coming into library. Doesn't want to go a little bit too far though. He's making sure they can't just rotate over to B and go the CT path into there.
The problem is they need to go for raw frags, so they don't have any flashbangs to actually push the CTs out or even flush them out with some Molotovs. So CTs are aware of their advantage here. You can see Crim's up there in the balcony area, unable, clock ticking away though. This could be his entrance area. He does find the headshot onto Apex. They make their ascendance onto the bomb site now. Happy replies. It's going to be the 3-on-1 situation. JW, I think he's yet to find a frag. It gets taken down once again. 8-4 now in favor of Envyus, and that's a great hold from them. And the money situation for Fnatic now goes from bad to worse as they go 4-round deficit, and you can see them now. They're going to have to take another eco here on the chin. Maybe can justify some P250s and some utility, but this one is now showing Envyus to come to life here towards the later end of this half.
Man, they're looking so good. And the coordination, you lose your first player inside a pit, still know there's another one. Drag the rotation over, bring him out from library, and then Fnatic, they can't get down up the balcony area. Kenny S trying to go for that early pick again and decides to fall back.
Got such advantage in terms of the money. Look at that, all players with incendiaries and smoke, so just hold them up for so long.
Apex scouting out Boiler, tries to go for the shots. The Lions, they're just lining up for him. He takes out 3, looking for the 3rd, but Flush will finally come through. Brings him down, but they're down to 2 players now. And where is that bomb? Olaf, he's walking through the smoke. Happy completely blinded and actually killed in the corner. Kenny S will be there for the revenge. And Flusher, last man standing, going to work with the DE, but Keo will put him down. And Envyus, they still hold on to the AWP, the 2 M4s, and they got so much money, 10K on MBK as well as Apex. And this is the lineup. it's just too easy for Apex when they have this.
Yeah, they just get present themselves one by one. He's just dancing around that pole, making sure he cleans it up, and they keep changing it up. Now we've got the double AWP setup coming in. This is absolutely perfect. Considering JW's got the AWP as well, he's not going to be expecting two AWPs to be arriving on this one. So Kenny S holding his usual position there, and we see MBK actually wielding that AWP himself on that corner. This has been a heavy area of contention for the T's. They know they can get up pretty cleanly, and they're not going to smoke it off this time. So maybe the T's are going to think, oh, we actually have a chance here to face the corner and see what we can get away with.
But then they just start smoking it off and Molotoving it up, and then you waste even more time. Or actually burn your own resources, as in flashes. There's only 4 more flashes left for Fnatic. So entering into these sites, they're going to start running out of resources. They're actually throwing out their own Molotovs as well. And, well, up comes Crims. Straight into the apartments. This means they can get Boiler again, but Envyus, they look to be like they're very willing to give up apartments. Go for the initial kills, then pull back.
Absolutely. They just want to play this passive setup. They are heavily investing men towards the B area right now, but looks like JW setting up for a smoke towards the pit. And now it's like an execution coming in.
Get the lines right. Kyo, though, he's moving up between the smoke so he can try and play in close. The Molotov's going to stop as well as the flashes. So Apex holding the Archlight by himself, giving the space for Kyo. He's actually scattered out the bomb and letting Happy take care of the Archlight. He can't finish the job, however. And we're into a 3-on. Okay, make that a 3-on-1. After Fnatic go absolutely huge. MBK rotating out, misses the flash up, actually blinds himself as he runs through the Archer's side. And Envyus just throwing down the defensive smoke. Banging through the walls. MBK just having a bit of a calculated guesstimation.
Sure. And the time is ticking away there. Envyus got themselves into their advantage, and Happy perhaps overpaced and overstayed his welcome there as he gets taken down, and then the whole bomb side just erupts as they make it way in. But that's another round on the board for Fnatic. It's been 5 rounds in a row is the deficit, but they finally arrive back into it as we go into the last round now. Envyus definitely can buy into this round, going to be wielding that double AWP setup once again. But JW gets 2 frags that round, and doesn't matter how many you get in the grand scheme of things, if you kind of contribute very heavily to one of the rounds you win, that's all you need to do, really. That could be one that takes them over the edge.
Look at this heavy buy again. It's the auto sniper for MBK. So Kenny S goes for the pick down mid, trying to find that opening, and, well, JW's down there. He goes for the pop. Can't get him, however. And now, well, there's your first hits. The retreat as quick as they possibly can. The chase in. There goes your one, but MBK is there. He gets Flusher. He gets Olaf. He gets Crims. He's got the whole shebang. Shutting down the top of Banana. JW is just like, you are disgusting with that auto sniper. He'll turn around, jumping up. At least he can get the revenge kill into Kyo. And MBK, 1 bullet is never enough.
There it is, the 4-man spray down with the auto sniper. They did not see that one coming. JW, he's going to be the last round remaining in this 3-on-1. 50 seconds on the board, hasn't got the bomb either. I really do not fancy his chance of this one, but if there was a man that could pull something out of the bag, it's definitely him. The CT still have smoke grenades still in their arsenal, so you would assume they're going to actually just hold him off for as long as possible.
They've got 3 flashes and 1 smoke. Even if he wants to push in, he's got no chance. And Envyus is doing the right thing here. They're not coming in any position where he could potentially pick them off from moving up. Okay, now they actually try and have a crack at him. But they don't have to put themselves at risk. He can't find the initial hit. Now you walk around the corner, and there it is. MBK actually gets a full ace with the auto sniper. Disgusting is not even a word that applies to that situation.
That's really nice. The fact they actually baited that, you can see Flusher got so committed to this situation. He had to run through the fire. His teammates followed in afterwards. MBK kicks it off to the 2-man and just holding strong in this position. That's such a viable area of that weapon to come into fruition for him. So it happens 10-5 in favor of Envyus on the CT side of Inferno. They switch over to T's now, and let's see whether they can get his pistol. If they do, they may be in touching distance of taking this series, becoming the champion of champions here at Gfinity. They're going to send 5 men, it seems, towards the banana area. Crims holding the tight angle here at the top. And it's all going to come down to whether he can find his first headshot. Presumably they're going to flash here.
Right. They can't get it. They'll have to back up. The block grenade will be flying out, so...
oh, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah, chipping down MBK, Apex, everyone, in fact, apart from Happy. And they run in Olaf with the CZ in close. Kyo's trying to do a little bit more work, too, able to get that revenge kill. But now Crims finding the head finally. He's getting flanked up, but he can actually kill it off. Yes, he can. He stops Kenny S from pushing all the way through. And now the T's very undermanned. They want to pick up these CTs before they can rotate over. Happy, where does he want to go? The bomb planner is on site, and he's looking for the crossover? Flush is checking the back corner, and yep, they find the bomb, they find Keo, and they also find Happy. JW feeling Happy breathing down his neck. Turns and gets the hit, so Fnatic, they do take the pistol round here. Will it be enough, however?
Well, this is yet to be seen. We know Envyus like to force buy into these rounds, and looks like they will be doing that once again. But look at the buy from Fnatic going into this one. Did I see?
I love the man coming out right now from JW.
So you got
is he going to play the apartment side is my question, because that's that position where he just runs so quickly in, gets the initial kill, and then they just fall back. But he's going to play at the top instead. MBK has already managed to take over the apartments.
See what they can do here. The CT's playing a lot more passively this time, trying to wait for the T's. They want them to commit to the bomb sites before they have any sort of confrontation here. So Crims is actually at the top, utilizing the smoke grenades, trying to see if they'll tempt fate and run through those with the flashbangs. But he's got the perfect weapon for the job here, as he has the P90 at the top, and all 5 T's look like they're making their way over towards the B side.
They are out of smoke, however, but there is 1 Molotov left and 2 grenades. And Crims is the man they put in the front lines, the man who only has that diffuse kit armor and P90. And his opening kill will be on MPK. Now expect the Molotovs and grenades start flying in, plus the help from Herloff. They've got the perfect crossfire. The bomb is sitting on its tip at the top of Banana. And well, Happy actually gets the kill on Crims, but it's bittersweet at the moment. He's getting flanked from multiple sides. JW runs down, and he's actually coming in for the extra cash. Goes for the Shane knife kill, but can't achieve it. He was going to drop his weapon anyway. But that is now going to be 7 rounds to 10 Fnatic. They're fighting back.
Yes, Toby, we really do have a game on our hands now. The fact that Fnatic have got that gives them good stead to get back into this one, and you can see them converting the next 2 rounds here probably. So let's see what Envyus can do. That was the force by last round, so they will be going for 5 times P250s this time, 1 flashbang as well. So they're going to wait out for some initial CT aggression and then pop flash up from middle, for example, try and find those early frags. Worked out very well for Olofmeister towards the banana area, and inside Crims once again getting towards those sandbags. Has done some decent damage onto Kiyoshima already.
Yeah, dropping down pretty low. They're just going to manipulate with money. Like, the only way Envyus is going to do this is if they get really lucky coming in through the smoke, or they wait forever. Olaf already starts a bit of a spray and pray with a Famous. Crims flashed up, and they're actually onto the side, but Olaf winds up. He's got the help from Crims, and it is a bloodbath on the banana tip. 10-8 now. Fnatic, you kind of knew that was going to happen, but this is a round for Envyus.
Well, here we go then. They finally buy up into this game. AK-47s, they have got smoke grenades, but not much else to play with. Molotovs are a huge factor on this map. It's very beneficial for the team to have, and is the replay now. That great synergy between Fnatic. It's going to be Crims working down that P90. Let's see what they can do. 19th round now, as they will be keeping the Mag 7 and the P90, trying to build their economy. Olofmeister is going pretty aggressive, and he will have some confrontation here. Will he be able to find the frags? Gets the first one, unable to get the second. Happy neutralizes that situation, bringing it to the 4-on-4 now. You see Pronax now getting into the boiler room. What do you fancy his chances here?
He's trying to catch that one little aggressive peek to come from Envyus. They already had a little bit of extra help too. That grenade that was thrown down the mid did chip down Kenny. So the extra damage which Olaf did to Happy still puts Fnatic in a better position. They've still got Molotovs, nades, no smokes available, but they've got a lot of clearance if Envyus try and push in. But right now, Envyus still haven't made up their minds. That bomb sitting all the way back down at the bottom of mid. So they're not sure if they want to move up to Banana. And Crim's trying to get as much information as he can. That smoke, that's the last one for them. It's going to dissipate in a moment. This will allow Envyus to push up. They're actually bringing everyone back over now. So Happy starts with a flash over towards A. Kind of feels more like a distraction. And Crims, he's got the perfect timing for Flusher to move over too. And that's Flusher with the M4. Crims gets to stand on site with the P90. And they'll try and play this crossfire. Again, another great smoke, Crims. Sorry, Flusher banging through the smoke. Crims going to get scouted out, down near quad. Misses the initial shot. He's attacking on multiple sides, and he will be dropped for the price of only 1 T.
T's now, though. Very low HP on this hole. No utility for them. It's a 3-on-2 situation, favoring the CTs. They make their way onto the bomb side. JW has got that shotgun in hand. It's going to be great in a close-range situation, but they find 2 frags out of nowhere. Flush is going to be the last man remaining for the CTs. A mammoth of a task on his hand. He does get taken down, and that's a fantastic hold from Envyus there. Great stuff to hold it off, and they only had about 10 seconds when the bomb went down there, forced into the bomb site. CTs definitely had the advantage, and what a huge round that is to win. You can see the money for the CTs still pretty healthy. They're actually going to be dropping a P90 here. We discussed this before the game. It's definitely a viable weapon in some situations of this map. It certainly can be very powerful indeed. It's going to be Flusher, one of the masters with that gun, going to be taking it on, but Olofmeister gets the AWP. Going to be facing towards top of mid to get flashback. And no hope for the terrorist side just yet. They'll be running that 5 AK setup now. Bomb goes down towards second middle. And MBK gets control of the apartments now.
And we get to bring everyone back to our live feed after watching the replay before. But Envyus, no mistakes this time around. If they can actually get back-to-back rounds, Fnatic are going to be a little bit more crippled. Olaf, that's a good way to start for Fnatic at least. Bringing down MPK, looking for the second, gets the tag with JW. Sorry, who actually found the kill. No tagger in there. But JW getting banged through the wall of happy for Pronax. Instantly in for the rebuttal kill. It's just tip for tat, but there's a lot more tat coming the way here of Fnatic. As is Keo, the last man left alive. At least he kills off the flanker of Crims. Goes for the pop flash straight around the corner, just blindly shooting the right area. And the CTs, they're not really that healthy. Again, going to go for these blind shots. Just pre-firing around to see if he can get that initial pick. Pronax, does he have the audacity to peek against Keo? Keo can't get to the bomb. That's his major problem. Comes around, the shot misses. He gets the kill on Pronax, but he cannot finish off Olaf. Makes up for the mistake. Pronax had to dive for that mistake, but they still hold the round, Fnatic.
So now the CT's buying back into this one. Their money is not in a great situation, but luckily for them, Envyus will be taking an eco here, you would assume. Unless they decide to do the armor up and pop spy with the CZs, I don't really see that happening, though. They don't need to just yet. They still have the lead here. They want to make sure next round is a strong one for them. If they can just find a few kills in this round, that'd be fantastic. You see JW once again on the max 7. Olaf Meister going for this fast pick down towards mid. Not going to spot a near one, but he's going to get intel. They may be heading towards Banana here. It's going to be Kiyoshima there just by himself as the smoke is at the top, and JW just having a look over. I'm not sure if he spotted him there, but Kyo definitely saw him as he sprayed through the smoke.
Either that or he's chasing shadows. Secondary smoke will start, and he just sprays to get himself away from JW. But he won't have many bullets left after that. Now 11-9, Olaf. Again, looking for this earlier pick. Like, they want to do this with a flash, but Envyus just don't have anything. They only have their pistols now, so they have to try and man mode it through. If Olaf gets one, he gets one. He actually ends up missing the shot and now falls back to the archers. Goes for the pop flash behind, but Flush is going to be there, mopping up the mess, and then Olaf comes in for that one last one. And a very, very clean round here for Fnatic on CTs. Don't lose any of these weapons, but Envyus, it still was their pistol.
Yep, now though, they're going to be buying into this round, but look at the buy they're actually really bringing to the table. They probably should have taken the double eco onto...
It's like they just want to use the Tech 9s and the grenades as like human shields at the start and then come through with the Galils and AKs.
And the Galil. It's interesting to see what they actually have planned here. Olaf has been being very aggressive towards middle so far. This time though, he's going to be going towards Banana with that AWP, mixing it up. JW going aggressive in the apartments here, going to find that headshot. Of course he does, onto Apex, and now he can just fall back after doing that fantastic work there. The one-shot kill working out once again for him.
You knew it was coming. Like JW, it's his move. And he did it so damn well. Now he's going to find a secondary one. Can't get the kill though, but drops MPK down to 40 HP. Pronax keeping these flashes up, trying to stop the push. Actually catching MBK completely out. He was blinded just on the wall. Nowhere to really go. Now it's Flush's control time. The last T player left over on truck was scouted out, especially now he AK fires through the back of the truck. Trying to find that pick over on long, but he cannot do it. It's going to be Olaf to find it, and they level it up at 11 apiece here on Inferno. The panel said this would be a very close game. 11 and 11, I think that's pretty damn close.
Well, yeah, it looks like Fnatic now probably definitely will be taking the advantage here. They go in 11-11 on the CT side. They've got the money potential in their corner as well. So far, Envyus, I really didn't fancy that buy from them. The fact they went for MP7, Tech 9 and a Galil, probably should have taken another eco there, because you just saw how easy it was for JW to push down the apartments, find that opening frag, and it all fell apart from there. They didn't have really the range or the utility to take them on, but going to be an eco this time, more of a quasi-buy. Got their Tech 9's armor, a little bit of utility here. Kiyoshima making his way through the apartments, does spot a CT, but you can see the CT's reacting straight away now, going to a much more passive setup, setting up the crossfires as the T's make their way onto the bomb site.
Pronax, if he wasn't blind then maybe he could bring down one of these T's, but Envyus pushing so quickly with the pistols. They've already got through two, but Pronax, that flow that was still left over in the pit, taking out three, going huge with the nade to fly in. He does even more damage. He's got the quad right now. Apex is the last man left alive. Pronax is coming in for it, but Crims will steal the entire race, but it doesn't matter. It's all for the greater good of Fnatic. They go 12 rounds to 11 after Envyus looked in a fantastic position to actually win on a force.
They get the first two frags onto the bomb side there, but Pronax has been playing really well now. 15 frags for him, gets a really big four-man there, staying alive in the pit, and you just see this on your screen right now. Gets the first one there, nice little shot into the apartments. This is a great edge on this grenade as well, just really ties it up as a nice little package there. Great four-man, and it secures in the round. Now Fnatic take the lead, 12-11 on the CT side. Once again, JW with the max 7 in hand, but the change this time is Kenny S has gone for the AWP.
Yep.
So they're going to be working picks here, maybe going a little bit slower and working out where JW might be, and they finally get him down. Apex arrives and gets that first headshot though, and they're going to try and react straight away, and MBK making very fast work there. Takes down Pronax in the apartments. They should be able to swarm into the A bomb site yet, but Flusher's not done as he takes down Happy. Apex reacts though, making it a 4-on-2 situation in favor of the terrorist side now. Olaf Meister towards Banana with the AWP in hand, and Crims just going to be saving his weapon as well.
Yeah.
That's a much better round there for
What
Envyus.
a huge round as well for Envyus. When you buy that heavily, you need to also hold on to your weapons. They only lose Happy out of all of that. But catching Fnatic out, JW going for that aggressive push into the apartments, misses on the time and gets shot through the wall, and then the flashbang to try and regain carpets, not possible because he just, again, timing is CS.
Well, here we go then. Last two players for Fnatic going to be Olaf and Crims just holding towards the B area there. One watching Spawn, one holding Banana. The T's don't seem to be hunting down too heavily though. You've got one guy in T-Spawn just trying to sniff him out, but
Yeah, they don't want to lose their weapons.
well, that's the main thing right here, right?
Like, it's building up the economy so you can keep buying until the end of this map. You're 12-12 right now. And look at Fnatic's money. It's still very, very good. They have not been bled dry. Crim still has 9k and is starting to buy up for others.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is obviously an important round here. They should be able to buy still next round. 2 players on 6k. Olaf Meister going back towards middle now. Probably will go for the aggressive face here. And he is going to be facing towards T-step. And the flashbang comes in and he just narrowly misses out on the headshot there. But makes his way towards the boiler room. He's going to be trying to fall back to a more passive position now as it gets a little bit dangerous for him.
Yeah, that Molotov just stopping Envyus' ability to take over the apartments nice and quick. Because he didn't get the initial frag. He could be just worried that that second mid-push from Envyus will just be too strong. Crim's back to this M4AS, so he's actually trying to do what we were talking about previously, this banana control with the M4AS.
So, Envyus now just want to look out, but that's a miss there from Olaf Meister. Had a great opportunity, and it may cost him as well as Apex comes out the boiler room. Punishes for him, MBK jumps in for a shot through the smoke on the flusher as well. Now Pronax left in a difficult situation trying to hold off the T-push.
Pronax just getting himself back off the balcony. JW's helping Matt a little bit, but he's got one high, one low. Can't actually bring down MBK, who was a low player.
Wow.
And MBK goes for a second on JW. Crims, the last man standing, and Envyus is back-to-back rounds right now, as if they can finish the job. And it's going to be fantastic. They're going to drain Fnatic into a position where if they lose one more round in a row, then Fnatic going to be really strapped for cash.
NBK really stepping up there. He had 14 HP, excuse me, and he somehow manages to get those 3 huge frags there that really did sum up the round. We know he was big and the major on this map, and he is turning up once again. Great entry kills there, and NBK secures another round for Envyus as they go into the advantage once again, 13-12, but as we mentioned before, it's not going to break the CT economy just yet. They're still going to have 2 players on pretty high bankroll right now, and if they do manage to take the next one, that's when it could get interesting for them.
Hey, interesting is the name of this map. 13-12, it's so close. And we get to watch the money buy up, but quickly let's just have a look back at that wonderful play by MPK. 2 quick, easy picks, and all Crims can do is just save it. Like, if he didn't get this, he would never have actually held on to that M4 into this round. But the buys are there. I'm looking at M4s, AKs, and AWPs. 1 AWP for either side, and the rest of it, easily said, AKs for Ts, M4s for CTs.
That is normally how it goes.
Yeah, it is.
Well, here we go then.
Unless there are a whole bunch of thieving people.
All right, so the T's once again just waiting for any CT aggression coming in. It looks like the CT's showing a bit more aggression than Envyus did there. Actually, like to get towards that car area, smoking off a deeper choke point there. JW going to have the AWP this time, not Olaf Meister, who's been wielding it most of this half. Apex does get control of the apartments, but chooses to drop out of there. So that you would assume that means they're going to go back towards the B area now. Crims, smoke about to run out, so he probably has to make his way out of that area.
It's a dangerous kind of play when, like, you know Fnatic have money, you know they've got Molotovs and smokes, they're going to slow you down.
This looks like the full B execute now coming in from Envyus, but Crims will be jumping off that one-way smoke. Close. This will work out really well for him. He spots the T, but they're going to know he's there as well.
More bullets, more something, more anything. The Molotovs going to be throwing down as Envyus. Well, they're about to push in. They're actually running through the fire to get onto the side. There might be chickens exploding, but it's Olaf coming in to do the work. MBK to drop, but into a 3-on-2 situation now, where the bomb is being planted, but Flusher makes his way through. He knows what the last one is. Apex will drop, and Envyus now 13-13, the unluckiest of rounds.
So Crims there, he spotted the one-way smoke was down for him. Although he didn't actually get a kill in that situation, it actually caused so much chaos, and dropping that Molotov there made them lose so much HP as they were running through, and it just really ruined the full execute that Envyus were going to do. That's such a great play from Crims there to actually cause that chaos there towards the B area. But now then, the force fight has come in from Envyus. They're going to have 2 CZs, 3 AK-47s, and this could be the chance for Fnatic to close this one up. If they lose this round, they are going to be down to a full eco here. So definitely one of the most important rounds of the series as we go into round number 27.
Well, let's see if Envyus can do it. This time they're focusing heavily onto A. All 5 players moving over here. When you've only got those CZs, you need to try and close the distances. You can't really do that when you're playing out in Inferno. Olaf needs flashes, really just slowing it down. He goes for the peek out with the M4. Can only bring down Apex with that gun, however. As Flasher tries to give him a little bit of extra help. Banging him through the outside. Pronax up high on the balcony. There's a room with a view right now for the CT defender. Flusher going to make it a better view with the corpses of both Kenny as well as Keo. Happy, the last man left alive with a CT trying to come through, but Flush will do the work, banging through the box. And Fnatic now 14-13. Can they actually force us to cash? Can we go to a 5th map after what was a blinder of a start from Envyus?
I'm not even sure the call is here. It looks like they will be force buying up into it. It's definitely a big play. They know they're going to get the Tech 9s. They're going to have full utility as well. So probably going for something a little bit more tactical. JW will be facing down towards the bottom of mid. They're going to be smoked out once again. Grenades raining in. KNS taking a little bit of damage there. But Crims once again playing on top of that smoke.
He's just going to hold true, man.
Just knew what was there.
And now the flash as well. The Molotovs, he saw them coming out of the smoke at the last moment. He threw his flash first, though. And that's why Envy's been a little bit slower on this push. The pop flash from Olaf. He may not realize that MBK is already up on the side. Now they will. Olaf brings him down, forced out by the Molotov, but still Envyus. They are completely blind. The spray control is perfect from the man. And Happy, he was just there for the quick rotation from the A side, which never came.
That tag team combination of Olaf Meister and Crims was so successful. They great teamwork from them, great use of the smoke grenades, the flashbangs. The CT, the T's had no idea what's going on. It's going to leave Happy now in the 5-on-1. Maybe able to pick up one frag here. Not going to happen. Olaf Meister finishes him off and gets them to map point now. 2 to go. And you can see the team only after that force buy. Once again, they will be on Tech 9s. You can see this is the moment here on the screen. So they work out what's going on. The T's are making their way in. Perfect flashbang usage. Olaf Meister gets in this position. This is the perfect flash. Look at this teamwork now. Sets Crims up with the spray down. He comes out, shows his cards as well. And the rest is history at that point. So now we go into round number 29. Team. JW once again with the AWP.
But look at their movement, JW!
Oh, God!
He's up a long, long way, and there's another CT. Pronax getting caught out. How much damage, though, can he do? Brings down 2 players. But it means the T's, well, okay, they held onto those guns for a very short space of time. The nade hits hard into Olaf, but he's still doing the work with the AK. But the Tech 9! I thought that thing got nerfed, but not in the hands of Kenny S. Into a 2-on-2. Envyus keeping their hopes alive. Happy has the AWP. But where can he really find the picks? Crims, well, he takes out Snacks. It's all up to Happy to keep Envyus in this map. He has almost an impossible task. He'll need that instant pick. Looking down, and there it is, Flusher. He had a blinder of a game. Olaf actually 30 bombs in that one. Crims with 20. It was a terrific, terrific move from Fnatic. They hit it in, and they go to cash.
So as Thorin was mentioning earlier, when one of their players drops off a little bit, someone else always steps up to see Olaf from the 30 bomb. And JW only on about 7 or 8 frags there towards the end there as well. So that shows you what Fnatic have to do to pull these results out of the bag, but they did it. They get the second map now, and we are going to map number 5. It's happened. We're going to cash.
It's the full 15, man. This tournament has gone for the whole stretch.
You're right, yeah, literally gone every single map possible. We're actually seeing it play out completely. That's fantastic there. And Fnatic definitely fighting back after going 2-0 down. They win back-to-back maps, and we're going to the 5th one. And that's going to be great for their morale, and they managed to just about get through there. It seemed like Envyus just had some little bits, glimpses of hope there, but Fnatic closed it out.
Man, this could hurt Envyus in the future as well. The fact you were 2 maps up so convincingly with your first 2 maps, and then Train is the hurdle you trip over. You know it's going to go the way of Fnatic. You kind of felt this.
That's the map we predicted.
But that's when we were looking for the pickup to come into Inferno and just say, you know what, guys, like they know they can still keep it all tight. They don't have to lose their composure, and they play the same way they played at map 1 and map 2, but didn't end up happening. So map 5, they're forced to go the whole shebang. Stay tuned. We'll have ourselves a break, and we'll be wrapping up the grand final when we come back.
show.
Stars shine into the night, wide-eyed and underexposure. Tonight, our hearts align, faster than light. Rockin' everyone.
Hey, what's up? We're playing Sideman Gungo football. Are you ready for this? Because I know I am. So let's go.
Wherever you are, Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. I'm flying.